In the Avataṃsaka Sūtra, the Buddha presents a vision of reality that transcends ordinary perception. After revealing that all phenomena are simultaneously complete and fully present within a single moment of awareness, the teaching naturally moves deeper. The second profound gate explains how vastness and smallness are not opposing forces, but mutually free and unobstructed. It reveals that size, scale, and dimension do not limit reality itself. They only limit how reality is perceived by the ordinary mind. In everyday thinking, we assume that large and small are absolute. A mountain is large. A grain of sand is small. A galaxy is vast. A human body is insignificant. These judgments feel natural and unquestionable. Yet the Buddha gently invites us to examine them more closely. The Buddha does not deny relative size or conventional distinctions. Instead, he reveals that size has no fixed independent nature. Large and small arise only in dependence on conditions. When conditions change, their meaning dissolves. Master Chin Kung often explained this principle in very direct language. When the mind is expansive, a small space can contain the whole universe. When the mind is narrow, even a vast world feels restrictive. Reality is not bound by physical measurements alone. It responds directly to the openness or constriction of the mind. In the Avataṃsaka Sūtra, the Buddha describes entire Buddha fields appearing within a single particle of dust. At first hearing, this may sound symbolic or poetic. But in the Huayan teaching, this description is not meant as fantasy. It points to a deeper truth: vastness does not obstruct smallness, and smallness does not limit vastness. To understand this, we must step beyond materialistic thinking. Modern science already offers glimpses of this principle. Within a tiny atom, there is immense energy. Within a single cell, there exists astonishing complexity. Within a strand of DNA, there is information shaping an entire human life. The Avataṃsaka Sūtra expressed this insight long before scientific instruments existed, through awakened awareness rather than measurement. Master Chin Kung often reminded his listeners, the Buddha was not describing imaginary worlds. He was describing reality as seen without delusion. The difficulty lies not in the teaching, but in the limits of ordinary perception. The second profound gate teaches that vastness and smallness are mutually free. This freedom means that one does not obstruct the other. A single thought can redirect an entire life. A brief moment of anger can destroy years of harmony. A small act of compassion can heal deep suffering. Small causes give rise to vast effects. This is not abstract philosophy. It is visible in daily life. At the same time, vast systems express themselves through subtle details. A society is shaped by everyday habits. A culture is revealed through ordinary behavior. A spiritual path manifests through small, repeated actions. This is the freedom between the vast and the small. In Huayan understanding, the universe is not a collection of isolated objects. It is an interpenetrating whole. Every small element reflects the structure of the entire cosmos. This is why the sutra declares, one is all is one. When the Buddha speaks of vast Buddha realms appearing within a single pore of the skin, he is not encouraging fascination with miracles. He is training the mind to release rigid concepts. Once fixation dissolves, wisdom becomes free to function. For practitioners, this teaching has immediate practical meaning. No practice is too small. No moment is insignificant. Washing a cup with mindfulness is not inferior to formal meditation. Speaking gently is not lesser than reciting sacred texts. This teaching directly dismantles spiritual pride. Some seek only grand practices and overlook daily conduct. But Huayan wisdom reveals, the greatest realization expresses itself through the smallest details. Master Chin Kung often emphasized, if you cannot bring clarity to small matters, you will not truly understand great principles. Another important implication is freedom from discouragement. Many people feel insignificant in an immense universe. They think, I am too small to matter. The Avataṃsaka Sūtra offers a radically different view. It teaches that every smallest thought participates in the whole of reality. Nothing is isolated. Nothing is meaningless. This understanding restores dignity and responsibility at the same time. You matter. Your intention matters. Your inner state influences more than you can perceive. At this stage, the Buddha's teaching frees us from both despair and arrogance. You are not insignificant. And you are not separate. You are a meaningful expression of the whole. This is the foundation of the second profound gate. It prepares the mind to see reality without the false boundary between great and small. As the Buddha continues to reveal the second profound gate, the teaching turns from vision to lived experience. Freedom between vastness and smallness is not merely a cosmic principle. It is meant to be embodied in daily life. If this gate remains only an idea, it has not yet fulfilled its purpose. Master Chin Kung repeatedly emphasized that Huayan wisdom must be applied where life actually unfolds. In relationships, in speech, in work, in ordinary moments that seem insignificant. The ordinary mind seeks greatness in scale. It looks for dramatic experiences, rare states, or extraordinary achievements. But Huayan wisdom reveals something very different. True vastness expresses itself through simplicity. Consider the mind during meditation. A single wandering thought may seem small. Yet that single thought can obscure clarity entirely. Likewise, a brief moment of mindfulness can restore balance and awareness. Small mental movements carry vast consequences. This is why the Buddha never dismissed subtle states of mind. Greed does not begin as obsession. Anger does not begin as violence. Delusion does not begin as ignorance of the Dharma. They begin as small, almost invisible tendencies. Huayan teaching addresses reality at its roots. The second profound gate teaches that transformation does not require force. It requires precision. When attention becomes refined, small corrections realign the whole. This is how vast change occurs naturally. Master Chin Kung often gave a simple analogy. When a shirt is buttoned incorrectly at the top, every button below is misaligned. Fixing the first button resolves the entire problem. The effort is small. The effect is complete. In the same way, when intention is corrected, behavior follows effortlessly. When perception is clarified, the world reorganizes itself. This is the freedom between the vast and the small. This gate also dissolves fear. Many people feel overwhelmed by the scale of suffering in the world. They ask, what difference can one person make? Huayan wisdom responds gently but firmly, the whole is present in the part. A single mind aligned with clarity influences the whole network of causes and conditions. This does not mean controlling the world. It means resonating with it. Just as one string on an instrument vibrates in response to another, a single awakened intention resonates throughout the Dharma realm. The Avataṃsaka Sūtra presents reality as fluid, responsive, and alive. Nothing is frozen. Nothing is fixed. Vast systems are sensitive to subtle shifts. This is why cultivation is meaningful. In Pure Land practice, this principle is especially clear. One sincere recitation is not small. It contains faith, aspiration, concentration, and wisdom together. Its physical form may be brief, but its reach is immeasurable. Master Chin Kung emphasized that sincerity is the key. When sincerity is complete, scale becomes irrelevant. A single recitation with a scattered mind produces limited effect. A single recitation with a unified mind opens immeasurable causes. This gate also refines ethical understanding. No action is trivial. A careless word can disturb harmony. A respectful gesture can restore trust. Because the small is free to express the vast, every action participates in shaping reality. Huayan teaching therefore cultivates both humility and responsibility. Humility, because no individual stands outside the whole. Responsibility, because every intention matters. As understanding deepens, the practitioner stops seeking validation through magnitude. No longer chasing big experiences or high states, one becomes fully present in what is here. This presence itself is vast. At this point, the second profound gate completes its function. The mind is no longer constrained by size. Greatness does not intimidate. Smallness does not discourage. Everything becomes workable. This freedom prepares the ground for the remaining profound gates. Without it, later teachings may sound inspiring but remain distant. With it, the Dharma becomes intimate, practical, and alive. The Buddha's intent is now clear. He is not asking us to escape the world. He is teaching us how the world truly works. When the illusion of scale dissolves, wisdom moves freely. Thus, the second profound gate stands revealed. Vastness and smallness are not obstacles to one another. They are expressions of the same reality. When this is understood, every moment becomes a complete path.